Majority of responsible gun owners.
Comparatively strict on guns.
Legally purchased guns.
Gun violence.
The toughest gun laws.
Gun laws.
Gunfire.
Handgun. Okay, gun. Kill.
There is one argument and one argument alone for having a gun, and this is the argument. I like guns.
Guns are everywhere, but how easy is it to get one? First, I went to Virginia and found a place called The Gun Dude. In order to create a sense of community, The Gun Dude is LGBT friendly, and they have spaghetti nights.
Hi, I'm Josh.
Hi, Dave.
Welcome to The Gun Dude. Dave, would you like a cup of coffee? First and foremost, a firearm is not safe to your security. There's so much more that goes into that. Firearm's going to take you between 6 months and a year to get well trained on it.
How do you think Virginia's gun laws hold up?
Virginia's definitely a firearms-friendly state. When you buy a firearm from a federally licensed firearms dealer, it's mandated that you do a background check. Are you a resident? Is your ID greater than 30 days old? Do you have a secondary ID validating the first ID for the same name and address? And then we sit you down and we fill out the federal paperwork and the state paperwork, and we run a background check to make sure that you're not prohibited from owning a firearm.
Next, I went to Maryland, one of the strictest states in the nation when it comes to gun control.
It depends on what firearm they're getting. If they're getting a handgun, they do have to get what's called a handgun qualification license. And once you get that, then you can purchase a handgun. And each time you purchase one, it's a 7-day wait period. Long guns, it's just a federal background check. I get online, run your information through the FBI's NICS National Instant Check System, and if they say proceed, you take it with you. If they say delayed, we wait. If they say denied.
Next, I went to West Virginia.
In West Virginia, it's not that hard to buy a gun. This is pretty standard AR-15. As you all saw, they're very easy to shoot.
Can I hold it?
Sure, absolutely.
Oh, come get some. Come get some.
You get a gauge, ask certain questions. What do you want to use the firearm for?
How do you store it? Do you know the 4 rules? How do you plan to use it? Did we get the right tool for the right job?
Do we racially profile, as everybody seems to be so concerned about? We don't at first unless we get suspicious. Private transfers among West Virginia residents. You legally can sell a gun to someone else as long as you know and they inform you that they're able to legally own and possess a firearm. That's the key. How do you do that? You get a bill of sale, it's dated, it's signed by both individuals, take their driver's license information, and you can scribble down a question, I, John Smith, am legally allowed to own and possess a firearm within the laws of West Virginia. And if he signs that that is now a legal document, you keep that.
Laminate it, frame it.
Sure.
If you buy a gun from someone in the business of dealing in firearms, federal law requires background checks.
However, unlicensed private sellers are not required to run background checks.
I would probably get a lot of flack if this got out public, but I think private sales of firearms at gun shows should be stopped. That's a big part of how felons are getting legal firearms.
There's no loophole to close. There's just not enough law enforcement to enforce it.
Is there more crime in the U.S. because people have access to more guns?
No, that's actually the correlation. There's actually no correlation that can be found. If you look at internationally, and the UN did this study in 2007, there's no correlation to your crime rate versus the ability for citizens to get firearms.
Gun sales are skyrocketing after this week's mass shooting in San Bernardino.
It was like somebody opened the floodgates. We've had a steady surge of people. It's been a continual flow of customers.
A lot of the people that walk in and say, look, I had thought for a long time I didn't want a firearm, and now it's probably a good idea to have one.
Remember what you're using this for.
The main one is I need it for protection.
To defend yourself and your family.
Now people are thinking, well, local, state, federal government, military, they can't guarantee our safety.
What is that overall solution?
We could eliminate guns altogether, right? Guns today are illegal, but I do believe drugs are illegal as well. And please show me where that's actually worked.
They're punishing the vast majority of the population for the mistakes or the problems of a few, and we can't leave mental health out of it.
These are individuals who have either mental illness or criminal intent. They plan out these attacks. The firearm is a tool, and that tool is being misused in those instances.
There are about 5 times as many alcohol deaths in this country every year as there are guns, firearm-related deaths. So
We're going to do everything we can to ensure the smart and effective enforcement of gun safety laws that are already on the books. But the truth is that nearly 2 in 3 gun deaths are from suicides. We're going to do more to help those suffering from mental illness get the help that they need. Anybody in the business of selling firearms must get a license and conduct background checks or be subject to criminal prosecutions.
No American wants gun violence. I do know we need to work together to find a solution. And as long as Obama doesn't take my gun, I'll be happy. Yeah, I got it!